party before they want to have a facial. But the truth of the matter is, there's very few of those people, and that's okay. But in the perfect world, and I know we don't live in it, in the perfect world, I would give everyone a facial before I did a party with anybody. That's in a perfect world. And that may or may not work for you. Don't take everything anybody says to an extreme. There's an exception to every rule. What you want to know is what's normal, what's average, so that you are inside the proper boundaries of thought process. Once I have facialed her and developed a relationship with her, I'm going to talk about her second facial 7 times. Now, that was just one time during the opening that I mentioned the second facial. Now, during the facial itself, I will begin to make comments. Now, you don't go to your facial with every product that you own, and you don't go there with every color, and you don't go there with every sample. That's not the purpose of the first facial. You must understand what the purpose of the first facial is: to prescribe a skincare line, get her started, because what most people do is the most comforting sentence you'll say at your facial or class. If you were going to go to yoga with me, wouldn't you want to just do what most people do? I don't want to be outside the norm. I just want to do what most people do. Well, if they're having a skincare regimen prescribed for them, they just want to do what's normal, what's average. They don't want anything outside those realms. And so, all during my facial, I'm going to say things like this. Now, when we get back together again, Lana, in a couple of weeks, will you make a note on the back of the profile card? I would really like to show you Even Essence Complexion. It's an awesome product that really helps with spots and sun damage. Just make a note on your card. Now, you make people write on their cards all during your facial, because this is the teacher in me. When people are engaged and they write something down, they remember it, they own it, it becomes personal. Think about how you present your facial, your cleanser. When you pick up your cleanser, you say something about your cleanser, whatever you say about your cleanser, and you say, now, you'll use this tonight when you get home. You'll wash off your makeup. You can go ahead if you want to, just put it in your shower, because some people just wash their face in the shower, whatever's comfortable for you. And then in the morning, you'll use it in your bathroom again to wash your face before you put your makeup on. What did my words just do? My words took the cleanser out of my hand, put it in her bathroom. She saw it in her shower, she saw it in her sink, and she saw herself using it in the morning. That's why words matter. And so she now owns the cleanser. It's in her house. And so as my words begin to progress during the facial, Lana, go ahead, write that down. And you know what? The other product I want to tell you about, we have this amazing moisturist mask. I don't know, it's just my personal favorite. Since you and I are the same age, I don't know, I just walk around the house with this stuff on my face and I sleep in it. I mean, I just love the way it feels. I think you'd like that. Will you make a note? I'd like to show you that and demonstrate that at your next facial. We'll try that. So 7 times, I am suggesting things that are going to happen at the second facial. The second facial, you know, when we have the makeup artist design a look, and of course that's just the color makeup thing on In Touch that I'm doing, is the longer you're in the business and the more you're trained on glamour, this will come more naturally to you. And for some of you, this won't come naturally to you right now. But it's like, you know what? I want to see that lower lid. I'd like to see that rimmed with a jade pencil. You know what? Make a note on your card. Let's do that next time. It's always what's going to happen the next time. Because what's going to happen right now is I'm going to prescribe a skincare line for you, and I'm going to teach you basic technique on how to do a blusher, how to do a lipstick, how to do an eyeshadow. That's the way I run my business. Because I'm a professional. I don't have to say it. That's what I'm saying to her. Now, as we get into the facial, I begin at that point to begin a conversation that's very conversational about the people she knows. So, Lana, where'd you grow up? Oh, Evansville. Oh, I know some people in Evansville. How long have you lived here for? Okay. And what I begin to do is I put together a puzzle of this woman's life. Where did she go to college? How did she meet her husband? Where does her family live? Where does she work? Where does she church? Where does she do this? Because I begin to see all the women that she knows in her life. It's all coming together in a big old puzzle about the questions that I ask her. If I could design your facial for you today, I would take out 90% of the words you say about our product and replace them with questions about her. Because you need one sentence about each product. You know, Serum C is Spanx for your face. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know about Serum C. And if you have that woman in your life, and we all do, who's hung up on an ingredient, I know not one ingredient in any of our products, nor would I even know how to pronounce it, because I don't need to know that stuff. It's on In Touch. I can dazzle any customer by clicking a few buttons and printing out some of the most professional pages in the world that shows that I know what I'm doing. But I don't have to know all that stuff because that's not what I'm there for. I'm there to develop a relationship with a woman that will perhaps be in my life for the rest of my life. And it will never leave me, and I will do her makeup and her daughter's makeup and her granddaughter's makeup, and she will be in my life forever. That's why I'm there, and that's why you're there. And see, what begins to unfold is she begins to see that you actually care about her as a woman. And she begins to see that, you know, she will say stuff like, oh, my sister used to use Mary Kay. Well, does she have a consultant? No, she doesn't have a consultant. You know what? At your second facial, maybe that'd be a good person to have. Well, you know, there's this girl at work, and Lord help her, says she needs some help with her makeup. And you know what? Why don't you go and tell her a little bit about what we're doing, and we'll get together in a couple of weeks, you can have her there. By the end of the facial, I have helped her behind the scenes, without saying the words, design her list for her party. It's that simple. Now, we get back together in 2 weeks. Verbiage is important. She's got me 4 or 5 people there that she started talking to because I told her that's what we do. That's just how we think about it. Because I'm teaching her how to think about her relationship with me. I'm making her comfortable. When we start saying things like, you want to have a party, you want to book a show, you just make people insane. You turn them off because they think they have to cook and they have to clean and they have to do all this stuff. So quit talking about that stuff. They're sharing you with their girlfriend. That's all they're doing. You use calm words that picture something wonderful. Because girls do stuff together. We just do. We go shopping together. We eat together. The most natural thing on earth is to do makeup together. It's the most natural thing on earth. But it's got to come out of your mouth in a comfortable way, but a strong way. Please notice, I'm strong, but my words may be soft. You know, they said Mary Kay was like a steel fist inside a velvet glove. And when you think about yourself, that's the way I want you to see yourself. You are a strong woman. You know how you run your company. You know how it's going to work. You have it already visualized. But you can be calm and soft and not bossy or direct about it. Okay? Now, I'm in the class. And now, Lana has shared me with a few of her friends. And so let me share how that class opening sounds just a little bit. You guys, thank you all so much. You know, God only gave us 168 hours this week, and we got to spend it like money. Whatever we spend our hours on is what we get out of our life. And I want to thank you for giving Lana and I an hour. We're going to have some fun here today. And I have to tell you, she told me all about you 2 weeks ago. You see, this is Lana's second facial. This is her facial where, as you can see by my beautiful table setting, and if you're my Facebook friend, you know that I expect you to dazzle me at that party. I better see color, I better see placemats, I better see fluff, I better see something that takes my breath away, and I better not see a little black mirror thrown out on its kitchen table. I'll defriend you again. So anyway, her friends have already been dazzled by walking into my table setting going, wow, what is this? This is a Mary Kay. This is how I do Mary Kay. This is how I do my business. Anyway, you know, Lana and I, we got together a couple of weeks ago, and this is her checkup appointment, and I prescribed a skincare line for her, and we just double-checked that formula today to make sure it's working. And in fact, I think we're going to change her foundation out today and pick a different formula because, you know, we discovered some things maybe we could have done better. And today, as you can see, I've designed a special makeup look by her Trey that's from one of our makeup artists. And you'll also notice she's using our very nice, gorgeous makeup brushes. Of course, you all have to use the cheap stuff, but at your second appointment, we'll be able to do that. And so let me just share with you just a little bit about how I run my business. Now watch me repeat this again. Let me share with you a little bit about how I run my business. Now I'm speaking to a class. First of all, at the end of this appointment today, you'll have a choice if you would like to be my client. And I would be honored to be your professional consultant. I would. But that'll be your choice at the end. And if you decide to choose me as your client, as your Mary Kay consultant, this is how I run my business. This is your first appointment today. You're going to get a skincare line prescribed especially for your skin. And then I'm going to teach you some very basic glamour looks while our hostess does an advanced look. And then in 2 weeks when I come back, we'll do the exact same thing you're seeing Lana do here today. And you'll have an opportunity to share me with your mama and your sister and your best friend and the girls at work. And so as I go through my class today, I'd like for you to think about some of the girls that you know that could use a little pampering, that would enjoy this girlfriend time, that that we're having. And you may share me with up to 5 people. I'm sorry, I can't take more than 5 people, but you can share with me up to 5 people at your second appointment. And just like Lana today, you will be able to get some of your products at a discount or for free. And so, as a result of that, you begin an amazing cycle of business. I take one woman, I meet her 5 family and friends. They all book second appointments for their second facial. They introduce me to their family and friends. And 2 weeks later, I have 4 or 5 classes on the books, and a month later, I have a date book that never ends. Now let me tell you how you take it one step further. The other way that I run my business is this. And this is my words. I don't say this so much at a facial as I do at a class, but basically what's going to happen if you decide to be my client is I'll see you every 3 months, because every 3 months our skin changes. Every 3 months we introduce a brand new product line from Mary Kay that actually matches the clothes that are going to be in the mall for that season. And also that's how often our seasons change, and it's how often we run out of product. Now since Lana's getting all the Costas credit today, it only makes sense to me that we just take turns. Doesn't that sound like a good plan to y'all? And so you know what, Ava? Let's see, today is March, so it'll be April, May, June. About June, we'll have some new products. We'll just have a party with you, and you'll get all the hostess credit. And you know what, Kim? About September, we'll have our fall line, and so we'll just take turns. And then, in a year from now, all of you would have gotten free product off of each other's purchases. I don't know, that just makes common more sense to me. And then when you have your family and friends over, we'll start the cycle with them as well. Now, I'm not asking anybody to have a party. I'm not asking anyone to do anything. You will never hear me at the end of an appointment ever ask anybody, do you want to book a party? Do you want to see me again? Because how I run my business is I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll see you in 3 months. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And so, I could go on and on and on, but just find me on Facebook, Toupin NSD. I train there every day on exactly what I'm teaching you right now, because if it terrifies you to pass out a card, if it terrifies you to get on the phone, I'm telling you, you don't have to. You just have to be really good with one woman. Will everyone do a second facial? No. Will everyone come to a cycled party 3 months? No, but enough will that you will be in business for the rest of your life. And you know what happens with that cycle party? Eventually, after a party or 2, what happens? Somebody recruits. And all your strategy for the rest of your life is to develop customers, give them away. Develop customers, give them away. Because now they're all going to have parties with this new girl. Now, I'm not giving them people that they're just going to sell in Mary Kay. They're going to do parties with their friends, because that's how I do my business. We're going to close with a video, and this is really funny, you guys. I looked at my notes 2 days ago. I wasn't, I can kind of teach without knowing what I'm going to say. And I looked on here and it said, now Linda, you're supposed to close your class today with a video. And here's what it says. It's from a national sales rep named Linda Toupin. It's how to handle the nose. I think I filmed this when I was in LA at leadership. I don't know, but let's see what I have to say about the subject.